I gave myself just 4 hours to beat Brotato's hardest difficulty, but there's a catch. To reach Danger 5, I have to beat every level leading up to it, and after every run, win or lose, I'm forced to swap to a class I haven't played before. I've got only 4 hours on the clock, 0 experience in the game, and only one question. Can I master Brotato before the time runs out? ItsDynasty, hit that sub button if you're new around here, and let's jump straight into the chaos. Hour 1 and I jumped straight in with literally no idea what's happening. No tutorial, no video guides, nothing. Lost and afraid, I picked basic old well-rounded with a shotgun, because who doesn't want a badass double barrel, and on I went. This mindset stuck as what's better than one double barrel? 3 badass double barrels. Yeah, not gonna lie, I picked whatever looked cool and prayed. That's all I had going into this. Prayer took me all the way to what I was about to discover is the final wave. Wave 20. Yeah, this is where I knew I was in for a challenge. Brotato humbled me real quick and had me leaning forward for my next run because I could not go through that again. Run 2 I was getting the hang of what to look for, but was still mostly clueless as to synergies. So clueless in fact, it took me until halfway through my second run to realize that these goddamn things give you health. Would have been a little bit helpful to know. Oh well, my method of grab thing, grab more of similar thing, and keep stacking things happened to get my boy Ranger through with very few close calls. Knowing what awaited me this time, I sat up and locked in for wave 20 and its bullshittery. "40 minutes in, run 2, bang. First win complete. I only need to do that 5 more times. It was time to move on to danger level 1. After picking mutant purely because it required less brainpower to understand, XP good being poor bad. Also just wanted to try different styles as I go through this video, so I began with crazy bouncing lightning and intense close range gameplay, which dissolved into aura farming to win by never moving. I don't know if this is viable at this point, but don't ask questions and let's move into hour 2 with danger 2. Little to my knowledge at the time, but shit was about to get a hell of a lot more difficult for me. Nevertheless, I was feeling lucky. Yeah, I'll seal myself out, I'm sorry. But no, I thought what better option than gambling? Yeah, don't gamble, kids. This followed on like a typical Saturday night as my next persona was a confident brawler. This may come across a little too real for some people, as I got overconfident and lost on wave 19, wasting so much of my 4-hour time. I continued on and very quickly learnt the meaning of fuck around and find out, never touching that again, and boom, another character lost to the ether, great. Next up was more weapons equals more wins. Thankfully, scaling as many stats as possible through said weapons led to me destroying the boss in my final run for this hour. Two hours down, 2 to go, and half my danger levels complete. Not gonna lie, I was beginning to panic, as I somehow had to keep this pace while fighting much harder enemies and having less characters available. I had a few classes remaining that seemed strong, such as the AFK aura farming soldier, kind of a rendition of what I played before, and the permaheal doctor. Yeah, my aura took a major hit, losing me another 10 minutes, but thank God for constant lifesteal, and whatever this absurdly broken gun was, I beat Danger 3. King caught my eye next, but the insane scaling of enemy stats was beginning to make this challenge seem near impossible, as I was about to enter my final hour with the 2 hardest levels remaining. This next run played much differently, as Explorer requires you to piss bolt around the map, acting like a cat in heat for these trees. Honestly, the luck I had in getting certain items, such as the ones that spawn turrets every time you kill a tree, is what saved me here, as it was way too close for comfort many times and still took a long time to complete. The final hour was now underway. I had just enough time left for 2 more attempts. Danger 5 difficulty is no joke, but I had been saving one character for this moment. Through rumours from a mate with experience in this game, I had heard that loud mixed with daggers could outscale almost anything with how rich you become, and this lined up pretty well with my Danger 5 attempt. Like, how the fuck did I manage to get this build loadout in 5 minutes? I have no clue. One major issue stood between me and this working, unfortunately. A major skill issue. I had no experience with this difficulty, and none with this game in general until about 3.5 hours before. So the enemy scaling, plus Loud's extra scaling, caught me completely off guard. Honestly, it seemed over at this point, as my last resort class was gone and I had only 35 minutes to go. Just enough time for a single attempt. So with a quick 30 seconds of panic searching, and Reddit, yeah I know, I saw this single line and decided to hold all of my trust in this exact build, as I had never seen it before. Knight, and as many swords as possible. This was make it or break it. So I followed the simple mindset of nothing but defense and swords, and locked the fuck in. I wish I could show you my reaction to this, but I hadn't slept before this, so I was so tired and so genuinely relieved because I was stressing. I had gone 2 minutes over the timer, but screw you, I'm counting it, I don't care. I had beaten Brotato in 4 hours, with only a few casualties. Yeah, a couple. This game really surprised me with how fun it is, considering the simplicity of it. So let me know if you enjoyed this, and I'll definitely return to make a video on the DLC, and maybe even attempting to win with every character in the roster. Anyways, subscribe or I'll cry.